Yo, what is up, everyone? It is your boy Bubba, Bubbalicious, up in here with another episode of the Global Talk podcast for KSI Global. We got my boy Anna, of course. Yo, Anna, how you doing?
I'm
What's
pretty
up?
good.
Good.
I'm glad we're back at it. We took a little break of the holidays there, so I'm kind of
Oh
was a
yes,
little
we
nervous coming
did.
back into this, but I'm
Oh
excited
yeah.
to start this up again.
Yo, me too, me too. And we also got my boy, my brother from another mother, New Blue. What's happening, brother?
Yo, what's up, Bubba? Hey, I have a question, man. Who's your boy? Is
Uh
it
oh.
Anna or is it me?
Oh, geez,
Yo,
put him on
you
the hot
both
seat
my
right away.
boys. You both
Nah,
my
there can only be
boys.
one.
There's only one. There is only one. And I have to say that is my boy, KSI Frosty, up in
Oh,
here.
the
What's going on?
curve.
Special
Yo,
guest
yo.
moment up in his house. What's happening, man? Introduce yourself, what you do here, and yeah.
Word up. What's going on, guys? My name is KSI Frosty7. I am currently the director of clan operations for, KSI. Longtime member, 15 or almost 16 years now, Jesus. 2023 Hall of Fame inductee. Happy to be here with, Bubba, Anna, Blue, coolest peeps I know. And, yeah.
And well, we are honestly so excited and happy to have you on the episode, especially coming back from a long break. I'm stuffed from Thanksgiving still.
Oh,
And
I
that's
feel that.
about the time we took a break till up till then. So it might be a friggin' new season at this point, but we're still
Yeah.
rolling, we're still moving. But look, we have a few questions, but I don't want to make it like some sort of interview type thing. Um, you know, Conversation flows and moves with the emotion and everything. So I know
Yeah.
New Blue, he's been holding this question in for a long time. So he can start off the bat asking you the very first question. New Blue, take it away. The floor is yours,
Wow.
my brother.
Wow. Thank you, Bubba. Frosty, I have a question, man. And it's a question that some people have been wondering outside of the scene, even inside of our own clan. What is your position? What is director of clan ops? And what makes it different from the old school director rank?
So, the director of clan ops, it's essentially responsible for all clan operations. That's, all the squads, the divisions, or we only have one division at the moment, for the moment. But
Yeah, me too.
Oh boy.
you know, might be a
Stop.
sneak peek here in the little bit later. But so it's basically responsible for all, organization activity within the actual community side of KSI. Um the difference from previous iterations, it's essentially more or less like BT's old rank, the chief of staff, where the director was essentially just over two divisions, while the chief of clan operations is, or the director of clan operations is now over all of clan ops, compared to a director would only be over, two divisions, maybe three at times. Um, but it's relatively similar. It's just more. It's more on the executive, standing of that point.
Well, what's kind of funny, Frosty, is like talking about that. I know, like when we were talking about the like going back to like our After Dark podcast that you and I ran, it was kind of interesting because I know like I was in a very similar position when I was running it with Clan Ops. Is like this is like an area where you've never technically made it up to in terms of at least clan operations level. So it's kind of interesting to like actually see like you getting to take the reins after all these years. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure it's a pretty fulfilling thing.
100%. I always really got capped out after certain things, crazy things happened. The culture back then, was very different to today, or from back then till today. Um, a lot of people were, in a sense, trying to get to that rank, trying to rank up. Well, this iteration, it was more of like a natural process, and everyone had one goal. It wasn't, everyone's out for themselves. Everyone was like, we're gonna build KSI, and just naturally with the people around me, all of KSI, we really made a difference, and I somehow found myself up here. I don't know how. It's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, man. Honestly, like I want to mention, like even like when we were like generals or officers, whatever back then. Like you said, it was a different culture. It was different style leadership and all of that stuff and whatnot. I would never even thought of when I became director of technology. I never thought I would be then, and I did. And then thinking about being in your position, like as operations director and executive director back then. It's just where I'm getting at is it's just so crazy how from a short time of period, say what about a year or about almost a year, 8 months, 9 months,
Yeah.
and since the whole new regime came in from old leaders to mostly new members, and the old leaders are basically like back at it where these new exciting motivated leaders that want to be moved in like in your position, my position, like whatever, the old leaders are getting their rhythm back as well to push us into what we're looking at now. We within 8 months, 9 months, about we have what, 9 squads, 8 squads, and they're basically between you know like 50 to 90 members,
So let
maybe
me blow
more.
your mind real quick, Bubba. It's actually only been 6 months, and we have what, 12 squads now?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we just hit 12 with the split of
Speaking of
Requiem.
which, speaking of which, congratulations, Bubba, on your promotion.
Oh, well,
Hell
thank you,
yeah.
thank you, thank you, thank you. Yo, it's not about me. It's about Frosty.
Nah, dude. Nah,
This is
we've
the
heard
Bubba
enough about
show.
this guy. Yeah.
He's the special guest,
Bubba,
not
this
me.
is a ploy to get it to be the Bubba show again. We
Hell
just
yeah.
want
Oh my
Frosty here.
God.
I'm a
No.
supporter.
You can blame it on Anna. All right, you can blame it on Anna. He's like, oh, you should join Requiem. We Hero would love you. This and that.
Oh, that was
And
all
nah,
me.
nah, I'm
That
okay.
was
I'm all
all me.
right. Yeah, look at me now. Oh, Mia cannolis. But
Yeah. No.
yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I just it's crazy. It's just crazy within 6 months and 12 squads. It's insane. And hopefully we get a division split next month, 2 months from now, like whenever. But it's getting a little stuffy. But I kind of like it. It's a little cozy. It's like a winter feeling of sipping your hot chocolate with marshmallows by the campfire. I like it. I I got the catch. You know what I mean?
no. So Frosty, to give you a loaded question, I kind of know what like my answer would be, so I'll share after. But I
Okay.
mean, looking at the this last 6 months, I mean, I know like we've kind of talked about being this rebuild reiteration. I mean, obviously we knew like where the community was at, but I mean, from your perspective and like being somebody that like obviously has been taking a lead charge of this, like what do you think the main like cause of this success is? Like if you had to nail it down to maybe like one thing or maybe a combination of a couple of things of the way that like we've been so successful these last 6 months, where maybe other communities or even just other iterations of KSI maybe hadn't been as successful.
So, loaded question. I like it though. Um,
It is.
really, in my personal opinion, I said it before. It's just kind of everyone came together with a similar goal throughout the years of KSI. It's always been I want to say I guess the pinnacle of the communities out there. Um, to where yeah, there was rebuilt and stuff like that, but there was always a foundation. The foundation really never left in a sense. Besides the one time, but throughout most of KSI's history. You know, when I came back, it was I almost basically saw with my eyes like, okay, this is the clean slate that should have happened like a year or two ago. Like this is the moment. And that's when, I reached out to people, other people reached out to people, um, and everyone came together and basically said, we're going to make this work. We're going to build KSI better than it's ever been. Well, maybe not that far because that's going to be a hard task of getting to tens of thousands of members, but at least in the last 10 years, I think we can get to that point again. But really, like I said, just people coming together. We have honestly like a powerhouse of leaders from clan ops. We have me, Rooster, Hero, Chicago, King, DC, Medic, Sevenara, one of the new guys, and then we have Anna in digital services, probably one of, not that I was very involved in web ops, but honestly, from my eyes, from I've seen at least, one of the best people I've ever seen in terms of web operations. We got DC over the charge with community services. Now we have King over technology, like with Vic and Katana at the helm as well. We basically just have a stacked team. That's all, like, we're gonna build this. You know, that is the biggest thing. People working together, you know, to make KSI the best version it could be. And the results speak for themselves. We were at 30 members. Honestly, people were writing us off like, oh, KSI is finally gonna die. They're finally done. And now we're about to be at 750, 800 members, and we're looking at a div split next week or two.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you hit the nail right on the head of what I was going to say. And I've been saying it. I honestly, since the first time we did this podcast, I think episode 1, like someone can go back and check, but I'm pretty sure I said this is the all-star squad. You got the right people from the right generations that aren't here for the rank. I mean, I think we've all had the ability to like taste that high rank that we wanted previously. Where I don't think any of us were necessarily concerned with like just coming in and being like, oh, I want
Are you
this.
joking me? That's exactly why I came back.
Well, look how that one worked out for you. No, not
Oh my
Ban him, get him out, kick him, remove him from the
Well, I'm
podcast.
done for. I'm
good
done
buy.
tired.
But no, I honestly, I was very proud of us. Like, I feel like the amount of people that were like willing to be like, yeah, I'll go be an officer again. I'll go like restart from the bottom and work my way up again. I mean, it old KSI that wouldn't have happened. I
Okay,
mean,
so here's a little bit of spice, but I'm
go
not going
for
to
it.
name names,
Ooh.
but
Uh-oh.
it's
It's
definitely very telling about who was the actually good leaders back in the day by how they came back. Because if you see someone like King, who is literally the fucking CEO of .org before, and now comes back and works all the way from member all the way up to co-division leader, it's very telling when we have some people who weren't even anywhere near CEO come back and say, oh, well, I want my own squad if I'm going to come back. Or, what rank am I going to get? Like we have some of the most legendary people of the scene here that works literally just from member up. And some of these people who might have just made it to like co-founder or something are demanding their own squads. So, just saying,
100%.
you know who you are. You're kind of self-reporting yourself there as a, not so fantastic leader. And I
I could
think we've all
definitely,
known a couple of those.
I could definitely see what you're saying with that. So when we first started this rebuild, and we had people coming out the woodworks and all that, and I've definitely seen oh I don't want to I don't want to be in a squad. I was doing this 5 years ago, blah blah. But I told everyone the same thing. For example, just I brought back Katana, I brought back Rooster. Um, I told them like, hey, we're gonna rebuild. What you put in, you'll get out of it 100%. And Katana's now the executive director of KSI. Rooster's the division leader over Chaos Remnants. And they literally took what was given to them, made something, and boom, they're at where they wanted to be anyway. And some people didn't see that. They just, wanted the, give me my own squad, give me my own division, give me this rank. So I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. It sucks for them because now we're thriving, but should have
No,
jumped on the train.
100%. 100%.
You know
And
who didn't ask for rank when they came back?
you,
Uh-oh.
Nodus.
psych.
Bill is back.
that. I'm just waiting for this to be like one of those things. I know Ray's has been like hyping it up, like oh the man's. It was the same thing when Deadmeat was back. Like Bubba, when you getting Nodus on
Yeah.
the podcast?
Yo, you're my boss. Let me know.
Oh boy.
Man, we're
No,
no
I mean we
offense,
can.
Bill, but we're gonna
We'll
get
get him
canceled real
next
quick.
season.
Oh,
Oh, we'll get
jeez.
him next season, definitely.
Episode 1, season 2. Bill is back.
Next, we, we'll get him in like a second week of January or something.
You know what is honestly crazy
It's
though is looking at the fact
a
that we
good
have
split.
literally 2 creators here in the server right now. I mean, I was in like and I've been here when Bill's been around, but to have both Bill and Deadbeat back in 2023 is absolutely insane. Like if I had my bingo card of things that were going to happen this year, that would not have been on my radar.
Anna, don't get Fanny girl on me right now.
Um,
Oh
I'm
boy.
gonna go New
Don't
Blue real quick if we get not. No, I'm just
don't be
playing.
like when we were interviewing Dead Meat.
Nah, I had to impress Deadbeat. Seven knows what he's getting into with me.
Oh
Yeah.
god, that was great.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, it's
crazy.
insane. It's just ah, I can like ah, I can't even. I'm like speechless. It's just I'm very happy where we are now. Where we were. It's it is quite amazing, and you know, I want to give a shout out to not only the leaders, that's been helping out, but also the members that honestly coming to game nights, coming and showing up for events and tournaments and hanging out and BSing and all of that because at the end of the day, in my opinion, that's where the core is, the members that are just coming and hanging out and BSing and stuff like that. So honestly, a great big shout out to all the members that are in KSI. Y'all striving with us, and it's amazing.
So,
Hell yeah.
Frost, I'm gonna hit you with another loaded question here.
Alright, I
Oh god.
resign. I'm quitting. Goodbye.
All right. Well, as the
New
new
Blue.
acting. So to hit you with this question, so we're at that end of the year time, so it's time to like reflect, but also look forward. I mean, looking into like 2024. I mean, obviously nobody can see the future. I mean, KSI. The one thing that never fails to surprise us here is the amount of change that can happen. That's unpredictable, but in your most ideal situation, I mean, where do you see the direction of the community? Let's say 6 months from now, a year from now, like where do you think we'll be sitting at this time next year?
Honestly, this time next year, looking at who we have now, we do have a lot of old leaders. Now, with that, we have some new leaders coming up. Um, I think there is going to be a few people, the old leaders that stay on, and some new leaders that get passed the torch. Something that the last 3 years, 4 years has been kind of missing has like that old leaders kind of handing the torch off. We have that now where people could be trained up and, understand how to create an environment like this. So honestly, I don't see us, slowing down. I see us honestly probably making a major impact in, the community world. I could see us easily being double our size, multiple divisions. And probably there is a small chance, maybe even a big chance we could be sitting at 3 to 5 divisions by next year. We could have a full stream team full of streamers. We could be making serious moves. I honestly think we're gonna achieve that. I think KSI is gonna be more relevant than it's been in the last 10 years, and that's a big statement. Um, I think it's gonna happen.
No,
Unless
I
blue
get,
unless blue
yeah.
hits the clan.
That, I mean, that's the one thing. That's the KSI way. At the end, now it is playing blue. But no, I don't think you're that far off because I mean, the foundation here right now is so strong that I honestly don't think that I can't see us slowing down. I mean, even like looking at like things that would happen to old KSI. Like I know we're joking about it, but like let's say blue when hit the division. I think there's
I'm
enough
gonna do
people
it now.
here. Well, all right, we got him, boys.
Pick them out, ban them.
But no, like honestly, like I think just the amount of people that are here and want to help and want to build. I don't know if that really even killed the morale. I think old KSI did, but like looking at the direction, I think you're pretty much spot on. Like right now, there's just so many people excited about things. I don't think I
100%.
really saw that as much. Like you said, in the last 10 years, it's just kind of ridiculous the amount of like pride everybody has and stuff like that, and the ability of like our new like technology, which sounds dumb, but like the idea of everybody being together on Discord and you can really see the activity versus like, I mean, back when I was a division leader, it was Kick Messenger where you had limited people that you could get into a group chat, and
Oh
you had
yeah,
limited people in a party chat. So you
and
never
Happy
really saw
Wars.
all the yeah. Oh yeah,
Don't
and
forget
Happy
Happy
Wars.
Wars.
That
Don't
was
forget
the
it.
way to if you had to have a
Damn, you're
32
old.
meeting. But like that kind of stuff, like Discord's really been a huge benefit for the community in that sense, where you can actually see the activity, and I think it is pushing us in a way where now we have the right people that are having those pride. Like you said, it's just gonna be that new generation of coming up, and I mean, there's a lot of new faces that I think are gonna be some like major players.
Okay, last question. Last question. Speaking of new faces, Frosty, who are some new faces coming up through the ranks right now in the division that you can see splitting squads, potentially even splitting divisions in the future?
So there's one person that definitely sticks out to me. This guy, came up through the ranks, and I'd even say kind of got a shitty hand in the beginning because of some things that happened. But he took the moment, took the opportunity, and ran with it, and that's Sevenaro.
Dude, I was gonna
He
say if you don't say 7 hour, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, no, Sevenaro, he is the first, I guess I'll say, new gen leader to make it to div staff. And honestly, this guy, I even just told him, like before I hopped in here, I was like, man, you have the potential to be, my position. You know, he has the drive, he has the knowledge, the strength, integrity. He's a man on a mission. Um, he has basically unlimited potential. Honestly, I'd be shocked if he doesn't get to at least division leader. Honestly,
Hey, and I'll say for him what I know he's been meaning to tell you. Where's this man 7?
yeah, that's probably gonna be happening very soon. I mean, he has 7 in his name though already, so it's like, what is it?
That's true.
It's gonna be
He's
7R07 or 77, and we already have Bill. We're gonna have to talk to him about that.
Yeah, the real question is, when is New Blue getting a 7?
Blue did get
Oh,
a 7.
Oh, he did?
oh man.
He
Bubba,
All right,
did?
get Bubba
Oh,
out of here.
shit.
Bro,
Oh, my
Bubba,
that's
God.
it.
You live on. It's literally look at the Discord chat.
Jesus Christ, dude, I'm
I'm
out of
done.
here. I'm resigning.
With that being said,
CR7. What? Oh,
thanks
my
for coming
God.
to this.
Well,
Thanks for coming
yeah,
to our little
definitely.
podcast. This is going to be the
Yeah,
last
man.
one.
This is gonna quickly turn into the roast of Bubba.
Stop it. Don't say that, New Blue. My God.
Jesus.
It's positively this whole thing. I can't even say it. All positive this episode. And you had to end it with that. My mia cannolis, man. My
Jesus.
This is your fault.
God. But look,
Everyone's
guys.
everyone's
It,
blacklisted.
Yo, well, Frosty, honestly, thank you so much for coming tonight to our podcast and everything. We honestly, special thanks to you for coming. Anna, you have anything you want to say?
I mean, if by this time next week 7 Arrow doesn't have a 7, Frosty, we're gonna have some real problems.
All right, I'll
Oh,
be resigning by
damn.
then. I'll be in a different clan, chilling.
Oh, God. All right. Well, on that note, guys, thank you everyone for listening to this episode for the KSI Global Talk podcast. And yet again, thank you again. Wow, I said again a lot, but Frosty, thanks for coming. But on that note, guys, peace out. See ya at the next one.
Bye.